as popular official CeeLo makes his way out. That music you hear means it is time for No New Friends. And it's that big hoss fight we told you about coming up next. It is KLD, Kevin Lee Davidson, making his way down to the ring. He's got a big one-on-one match coming against Brody King here on Fear of the Dark.
KLD ripping his way through America, through each town, through each big promotion, through each big name that wants to roll through his town. And he does it again here tonight as he challenges the other big man, Brody King, to a huge hoss fight right here in his backyard, Collinsville, Illinois.
I'm excited to see this Brody King in person. Read a lot about him, watched a lot of him online. Just knowing after the past month that KLD has had that he would put himself in another match like this. It tells you that's a man that's not going to back down from a fight. And there he is, the straight edge Brody King.
It's a good thing KLD isn't going to back down from a fight, because here's a man that's going to bring it right to him in Brody King. He just looks like the type of dude you would not want to run into at your local pub. Well, I guess you won't, since he's straight edge. You might enjoy a good, Shirley Temple or something. I don't know.
In the past month, KLD has had matches just 1 month. Well, actually, about 1 month ago, you saw him in that match against PCO in the Falls Count Anywhere match. And then a few weeks after that, KLD teamed up with the other two members of No New Friends against 3 original members of the New World Order at Unsanctioned. And now he's in a ring again with a man who, well, it's going to look him eye to eye. Isn't going to back down from him again. KLD has just been on a tear with some of these matches in Glory Pro.
Well, and like you said, it's hard to find somebody he's going to stare eye to eye with, so he goes out and finds them and challenges him in fights right here in his backyard. And this isn't the only time you're going to see KLD. Go on powerbomb.tv, using your 20-day pass. Check out all these other places. You're going to see KLD everywhere. He's one of the best big men around, and he's going to try and prove it here tonight against a world-famous name, Brody King.
You know, we mentioned those matches. We should also note that KLD's 0 for 2 in those matches. It's been a while since KLD's picked up a victory here in Glory Pro Wrestling, and that's got to be weighing on him.
When you go back to a match, speaking of things being weighing on him, I mean, go back to that PCO match. That was a brutal fight. It was not that long ago. He has not taken time off since then. You got a guy like Brody King. I know he's going all over the world, but he may be in a little bit better shape here than KLD, who's been going through these just wars with people right in front of our eyes and then still making the town, still traveling. Neither man wants to go down here. The first man to go down, it's a bit of a pride thing in these big hoss fights like this.
What's KLD calling for here? Is he just welcoming big man Brody King to try to take him off of his feet? He is.
You go all the way back to stories about Andre the Giant, Big John Studd. These big guys, they don't like the other big guys. They want to be the biggest and the baddest, and they want to prove it. So he's challenging Brody King to show him right here. He's gonna G up and challenge right at him.
There he goes, knocked him back off his feet into the ropes. The two men just going back and forth, using that force
to go down. The immovable object versus the immovable object.
Look at that athleticism by Brody. Oh, and more athleticism by KLD. Look at these two men go.
That's the thing. You're not looking at a couple of big dumb dudes here.
Oh! Big super kick. Knocks him out of the ring.
That spin kick knocks him out of the ring, but just barely off his feet. He almost landed right on his feet and kept going.
You know, this past week on my podcast, the What a Rush podcast that I do with WWE Hall of Famer Road Warrior Animal, we had KLD on there, and I think Road Warrior Animal put it best where he says Kevin has his own zip code. That's how big of a man he is.
He does. He's a giant man. Brody King is as well. And listen to those big chops being exchanged out here on the floor.
You know, we mentioned Road Warrior Animal. For those of you that are watching Glory Pro Wrestling for the first time, it was just a few weeks ago that Animal was named the talent coordinator here for Glory Pro Wrestling. Glory Pro pulling out all the stops to get the biggest names in the world here in Collinsville, Illinois, to wrestle in front of the fans of the St. Louis metro area.
He's going out, hitting the conventions, hitting the towns all around the world, so he sees the biggest and the baddest, and he's going to help bring him here to Glory Pro, and maybe his thumbprint is all over Brody King here as they square off outside the ring.
Oh, he named his first one there at Unsanctioned as well. Bandito will be making his way to Collinsville in January.
Oh, man, I heard that all the way over here.
KLD just showing off to the cameras.
Those ring posters solid, Joe.
Had
that could crush a hand.
Big slap.
Just showing disrespect there with a big slap across the face. And another one. He's got Brody King reeling here. I don't think I would be taking quite as much time as KLD is. I would be getting him in the center of that ring. Both men are trying to climb back in.
Now fighting on the apron.
This is what happens when you take time to savor that moment. You give a world-class athlete like Brody King a chance to get back in the game.
Great ring awareness there by KLD, knowing what he could pull off, and
spikes him a little bit on the outside there.
Fantastic camera work there to get Brody King's face as he just goes head first into the apron.
Brody King is dazed and confused here. KLD he's playing up to the crowd. I would get in there and try and finish him off. You got to take your opportunities against a guy like this. KLD taking his time, and I don't know if I can co-sign on that.
Should mention that this match brought to you by the Down Goes Frazier podcast, done right here in St. Louis. Find it online at 101 Sports, 101 ESPN's website. DG Frazier 101.
Woohoo! Big discus Laird. He's got to get on top of him here and get a cover.
Hosted by a man that attends quite a few of these Glory Pro matches, Jason Frazier.
Jason Frazier's my boy. He's had me on more times than I can imagine. Love that podcast. Love Jason Frazier.
Here's two.
He's got his foot on the second rope.
CeeLo
My God, he's huge.
CeeLo saw the foot there. He knew.
Smart wrestling from Brody King. Ring awareness. KLD is trying to stay on top of him here.
KLD playing up to the crowd, delivers that elbow to the side of the head.
You take too much time playing with that crowd, though, you're going to give him a chance to keep, like I keep saying it, I keep driving it home. That's exactly where he needs to keep Brody King. He's got himself standing up over the top of him. He needs to keep him there. Don't let him up off the mat. That's how you work against one of these big men.
Is he taking too much time in between strikes?
Is he taking too much time, or is he starting to suck wind a little bit? I mean, that's something we've seen in a lot of these matches. Is the longer they go with somebody who is jacked like Brody King, it's no mistake. KLD is a huge man, and like we said, been through lots of battles. His body is broken down. The longer this match goes, it may favor Brody King. Big Hurricane Rana, but KLD doesn't go off his feet.
Brody King coming at him. Oh! Cannonball into the back. 1, 2. Not enough.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You saw that shot right there. You saw the pain come across KLD's face. He's got a bad back. He's got a bad neck. He's got bad knees. I've seen it all from him. I know KLD personally. I don't know Brody King personally. He seems like he's in a picture of health right now as he's standing over the top of KLD. The longer the match like this goes, when you have those aches, you have those pains, the adrenaline wears off, the excitement wears off, and that pain starts to creep on in. And here he is on the underside of this fight as Brody King has taken advantage of that with a big chop across the chest.
The agony in the face of KLD right now, you can just see how much he's been put through in this match.
And the previous fights that we talked about.
Brody King can't pick him up like this. There's no way. 0 for 2. Strikes at the midsection. He got him up!
Big
oh my!
And that could do it right now.
1, 2. Not enough.
Big
KLD still able to kick out. Impressive strength by Brody King.
An impressive strength by KLD to fight through that pain and agony. You see it on his face. You see him fighting through those injuries. You see him fighting through those nagging aches and pains. He's got to get back up to a vertical base here, and he's got to square up with Brody King if he wants a shot at this.
You see him just talking to himself, trying to figure out what it's going to take to put away KLD.
Well, that's why no matter what, no matter how mean he is to these people, no matter how egocentric him and the No New Friends are, he's got the respect and admiration of this crowd because they see him fight through the pains, they see him fight through the injuries, and here he is picking up Brody King.
Oh!
Look at that athleticism with the big roll.
And a cannonball roll there, too.
Could that do it? Cocky cover there. If he puts his whole body weight over them shoulders, that's it, brother. It's the problem with all the No New Friends guys. Sometimes they get a little bit too cocky, and it costs them.
And we'll see those other two No New Friends coming up later on in the show. Danny Adams and Mike Outlaw. They'll be in tag team action.
Going up against Alpha Omega that's trying to make waves here on the main Glory Pro roster.
KLD calling for here.
Oh! God. That could do it.
Line by Brody King takes him down. No, not enough. 2.5.
Look at the heart from KLD as he digs down deep to kick out of that big lariat. Crowd paying homage to these two.
Back up to his feet first. He'll have the advantage. Walking over and picking up KLD. Big forearm. Oh, and KLD with a quick strike.
Almost instinctively, he sees out of his feet.
He does. KLD's got to knock him off his feet here. That's not going to do it either.
Both guys digging deep in this big strike fest here. King talking a little smack here.
Trading forearms. It's going to take more than this to finish one of these two men off. Big chop.
You can see this match taking its toll on both men. My God, those are like gunshots.
Brody King just keels over, but delivers one right back to KLD, who needs to take a breather there. He takes a knee in the corner.
Both men are running on E here. Both men are having to dig deep to continue this fight. But listen to that crowd get behind KLD.
The crowd's behind their hometown boy.
Trying to G up.
No! He just keeps going.
Running right through him, but that last clothesline stopped him. Like those old Godzilla movies when the big monsters start fighting each other. Oh! Right on his head! But he's right back up!
The adrenaline is just kicked in right now for KLD.
Another one!
Two!
Oh, I thought he had him. I thought he had him there with those two German suplexes. Brody King is firmly in control of this matchup, though. KLD, you see him wincing. All that weight crashing down on the back of the neck. And I know for a fact he has a bad neck. Brody King is targeting those bad spots on KLD, and he is firmly in the driver's seat here. But he's letting him get back up to his feet. I don't agree with that at all.
He's got him measured up. KLD, oh, spine buster.
There you go. You give a guy a chance, you're going to get beat.
Two. Oh, kicks out again.
Just barely. You see KLD shocked. He can't let that get to him. He's got to get back on his feet. He's stole the momentum back here.
I don't know if this is just resting right now or just trying to figure out how to end this match.
No, both guys have given this all they have. They're both on E. Brody King spits in his face. He gets a big smack back for it.
Off the ropes for KLD. King picks him up. Drops him.
It's got to be it.
1, 2, 3. It's over. Brody King picks up the victory over KLD in an outstanding match here on Glory Pro's Fear of the Dark Wow!
Tons of heart from both men. They both dig down deep. They both slobber knocked each other. But at the end of the day, Brody King proves why he is a world-traveled athlete and just barely edges out KLD.
These two haven't left the ring yet. A show of respect for the two big men as the crowd chant for him, for Brody King to please come back.
How can you not respect somebody when you go through a war like that, like KLD and Brody King just did?
What a match. 2 matches into Fear of the Dark, and it's just been an outstanding show so far.
Twitter exploding with that hashtag Fear of the Dark. Let us know what you thought of the first couple matches, what you're excited to see, as this fan capacity crowd shows their respect to KLD.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are having a great time tonight on Powerbomb.tv. However, we have a special